Do you see, it's like, it depends what your historicity is, whether you think things are getting better or worse. All you know is that you don't know. That's fundamental. And it's not the evil that you think. If you don't know, then you make provision for either option. It could be, for instance, that our lot is whatever the Illuminati determines. It could, though, be absolute fantasy, and there's no such thing as the Illuminati. If you come down on either side, you are not reasonable, because you are faced with uncertainty. You do not know. You know what you prefer. You know what you're being presented with, perhaps, or perhaps you're not even sure of that. But there's uncertainty about what is. And if there's uncertainty about what is, you make provision. I don't know, I will have a car accident. I might not. I think I'll take out insurance. If it does happen, well, it won't be good, and we hope for goodness sake that I'm not injured, but at least I can replace the car. Or at least I can get immediate medical care if I've got some sort of accident medical cover, and so on. That's the rational response. You should have a rational response to religion. God may or may not exist. If he doesn't exist, well, if he does exist, it's all hunky-dory and wonderful, especially if he's the Jesus God who loves us and is all-powerful. We can't go wrong, can we? Not really. In the end, he's going to get us through. And if he doesn't exist, or if some wicked and evil God exists instead, or there's no God at all, well, that is such an awful future. I'm not sure what I should do. Do I conform to whatever's being put on me at the minute? Well, probably I'll have no choice. So I say that Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego should simply have said, well, we'll worship you, O King. But in the story they don't, and of course God rescues them from the fiery furnace. But if I'm making this decision for you, whether I shop you to the Gestapo or not, I think, well, I'm not going to push my luck with God. I'm not going to risk being right or wrong. I'm going to lie. No, I haven't seen them. I think they went that way, over the hill and far away. I'll lie. Of course I'll lie. That's rational. And that is what you should do when you're faced with uncertainty. Does that stop me knowing what I value? No way. And therefore I know my God, the personification of what I value. My personification of what I value, at least at the minute anyway, as far as I know, which is to some extent uncertain, but is that I want God to be my perfect heavenly dad. And when I live according to this principle, I happen to find, thank God, that I'm greatly blessed. I might not have been, in which case I would change my view, wouldn't I? I know that. I live in a world of uncertainty. But I know what I value. And God knows what you value too. I don't think he judges. But when your values are in harmony with heaven, then you're no problem there. In fact, if anything, you're a tremendous blessing. And the perfect God would be working towards that. So I choose to trust in such, but I don't know he exists. I haven't proved God. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. So I'm free to choose you, Father. because I don't know. And I do know what I want. And I want you, dearest one. I want nothing but your fantastic eternal company, which is everything. The upper and the nether, upper and the lower streams. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. You might be wanting to ask, well, what's the best insurance policy? Oh, that's fortunately fairly clear. If God exists, you'll definitely want to be on the right side. I mean, it'd be such a shame to be given such a wonderful gift and not to have trusted and loved him early on, as early as you could. And if he doesn't exist, well, it's just as likely that evil doesn't exist as well, isn't it? So, you know, when you're dead, well, you're dead. That's the end of the matter. So, at least, well, one of the options is infinitely of value, which must outweigh the rest. One of them, which is highly likely, if the first one isn't true, you're just dead. When you're dead, you're dead. That's the end of the matter. Well, that's not a great problem. You won't be worried about it, will you? If there's no life existent for you to experience it. And the evil one, well, if it's evil, it's evil. I mean, you can serve evil till you're blue in the face. Doesn't mean to say it will stay faithful to you, does it? On the contrary, it's evil. It won't. So, there's no strategy that works with evil, other than, if you can, putting it away from you, keeping away from it. So, the insurance policy is obvious. You choose to trust in the love of God. And as it happens, that transforms you. And you become, well, more and more assured as time goes on. As he cares for you, and you see just the hundreds of ways every day he provides for you. It's a fantastic experience of life.